All right, hey, what do we got? How many days until bow season? I mean, a week from yesterday. So the 23rd, we got, what, 7 days, something like that. Archery season's gonna start. So what we're gonna do here is we're not bow hunting yet, but we're doing something as far as climbing the tree. If you're doing self-filming or you're filming your hunts and you got a buddy that's filming your hunts with you, you got to think about how you're going to climb a tree. And I call this tandem climbing, and we're going to sit there and show this here in a little bit, where me and Mike are going to climb this pine tree over here in front of the truck, because I wanted to show Mike how we're going to get up this tree. I've seen guys, when they get up in the tree, one guy will just climb up the tree, then the other guy will climb up underneath them, and that's all fine and dandy. But the guy in the bottom, which is usually the hunter, he gets all the tree bark and all that. But this way, the way we climb, we're going to put a platform, like my platform, on the bottom, then put Mike's right there, and then put my seat and then his seat. And so when we climb, Mike will move his seat up, I'll move my seat up. He'll move his platform up, then I'll move my platform up. It takes a little bit longer to get up the tree, but when you're filming a hunt, or if you're, now here's a good thing, I did this with the kids. If you're teaching your kids how to climb, this is perfect, because basically my stand is locked in up underneath their stand, and so when they're climbing, their tree stand can't slide down the tree because it hits mine. And plus, I'm right there to help them move the platform, or make sure their feet stay in the straps. It just works out perfect. So we're going to do this. So maybe we'll talk a little bit when we get up in the tree, talk about maybe a little bit of deer behavior, reading deer behavior in the tree, because there's always a thing. Last week we talked about the interdigital gland, how you can use that to make you a better hunter. We'll talk about reading deer behavior, sitting up in a tree. Simple stuff. So y'all stick with us. We're going to get up in the tree. All right, you can see it takes a little bit longer to get up the tree that way. You're not really, when you're climbing, I like to take kind of big bites so I can get up a tree fairly quick. And even when I get down, I take big bites going down. But when you're doing it this way, your bites are a little bit smaller, so it takes a little bit longer to get up the tree, which is fine. Just being safe. Always remember, strap in. A lot of folks, and I would probably do this too, but a lot of folks will strap in before they start climbing, just move their strap, and it'll take a lot longer. But we definitely are strapped in. We both got harnesses and we're strapped in. The neat thing about doing it like this is that I'm able to help Mike with his stand. Or if you're doing it with your kids and you're filming your kids on their hunt, or if y'all just sit in together, you're able to help them. Because I know when Savannah and Carly was climbing, they didn't have the abdominal muscles to pick up the bottom of the stand like they should, because the stand's heavy and it's for an adult, and they were just little girls. So their abdominal muscles wasn't be able to do the crunch. Remember doing crunches, hanging crunches with your legs? They was trying to get that up, so I was able to grab their stand and help them get it up. And another neat thing about it is I'm locked in. Mike's stand is not going to slide down the tree because I'm underneath it. My platform's underneath his platform. My seat is up underneath his seat. So there's no way that he could slide down. So that's the neat thing. And it's cool. And now I got somebody to talk to, and I'm sitting up here, and I'm just not talking to the camera. I'm talking to Mike and the camera. But that's going to be a cool thing. And it's a neat experience having two people in a tree like this. And like I said, the pluses about it is doing it this way instead of having Mike climb up the tree and then me climb up the tree up underneath him, is that his platform would be basically right here at eye level, and I'd be right up underneath him looking at his feet, and it'd be an awkward angle for him with the camera. And plus I'd get every piece of tree bark that came off the tree that he scraped off climbing up, be down my shirt, in my hair, in my teeth, whatever. So this is the neat thing about it. So that's the cool thing. And as you can see, we're about at the level where I would hunt. I'd say we're about 20 feet up. This isn't bad. You can see the truck back there behind me. Kind of give you an idea how high we are. And Mike, just look out there. This is private property. We're not hunting this, but I use this to help Mike show how we're going to climb up the tree. And plus we needed to practice this so that he can figure out the camera arm and how to do this. He's never done a tree climbing tandem like this before, so I want him to get used to it. He only gets one shot to get used to it, because the next time we're doing it, it's going to be for real. But anyhow, that's it. We're sitting in a tree. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about deer behavior, how to read deer behavior, because I'm thinking, hey, this would be kind of cool. Every time I'm going to talk to y'all, I'm going to try to give you a little bit of a tip here. And here's a tip. So last week we talked about the interdigital gland, how it's used. Other deer use that interdigital gland to use it as a way to track another deer, and they also use it as an alarm system. And people think that when a deer is stomping, they're trying to get you to move or jump. No, actually what they're doing is they're marking that spot with a stomp, and they're marking it with that interdigital gland. So when the next deer comes, they're going to come smell it, and they're going to, what the heck, boogity boogity boogity. So here we are. So say we got a deer with the interdigital gland. They all have it. It comes in, and the deer's walking in, and hopefully we'll be able to see this opening day. Hopefully we don't lose any deer. But look at deer behavior, and look on how they're walking. Look at, think about your dog. Think about your dog at the house. When your dog has done bad, I know my dog, its tail is always clamped real tight up against its butt. It's kind of uneasy, you can see. So if a deer comes in, it's uneasy, and its tail's clamped up, there's something it's uneasy about. It's either your scent or another deer or a coyote or something. So you got to learn that deer behavior, reading the deer when it comes in. It's important. So you'll know when to move, because if it's clamped,
and the tail's clamped, and you can tell it's uneasy, you kind of want to sit still. You don't want to be moving, getting into position for a shot, because if you're doing that, and because the deer's keyed up, he's looking at everything. Leaf fall, what the heck? You know, squirrel jumps, what the heck? It's doing that kind of crap. So you want it to be, when it's coming in, it's calm. The little tail will be out there just kind of hanging. Every now and then it does a little wag like that, you know, as it's walking. That deer's calm, you know, it's telling everybody else if there's deer behind it, hey, everything's cool. And so you just kind of wait for your chance to get in position. Hopefully as the deer's moving, maybe it walks behind some brush or goes behind a tree. That enables you to move to get ready for the shot. So just learn. If I can give any good advice to anybody, learn as much about the animal that you're hunting. Don't just go out there and think that you're going to go out there and shoot a deer. Learn about as much as you can about the behavior of the animal, what it eats, what it, you know, how it acts. You know, those are important things. Makes you a better deer hunter. So, beautiful morning, 48 degrees. I hope it's like this Saturday. It's too beautiful. All right, that's the advice. Learn about that deer, learn about that buck. There's so much more stuff to learn about. I remember growing up, I was reading book after book after book, trying to learn as much as I can. Back then they didn't have the internet. So now y'all have an advantage that I did. All right, y'all, we're gonna climb down, head to the house. Hopefully we won't fall out of the tree. See y'all next time. Thanks for watching.